Good morning, class. This is teacher Daniel. All right, today we're going to stay with Unit 11 in the museum. Page 88. Open your book, page 88. We're going to do lesson number 3. It's a reading lesson. We're going to read. We're going to write and read, okay? All right, first let's review the grammar a little bit with some and any. I know teacher Diep did this in detail. Okay, just to quickly reviewing from affirmative, some, we use some. There were some flowers. There were some flowers. That's affirmative. For sure, 100%. Okay? Then you're negative. For negative, we don't use some, we use any. There weren't, like there were not. There weren't any flowers. Again, there weren't any flowers. Okay. There weren't any flowers. There were no flowers, okay? Okay. And the question, also use any. The question, were there any flowers? Were there any flowers? Were there any flowers? Okay, all right, remember. So negative and question, same. Use any, okay? Only the affirmative, we use some. Okay. Now, let's go to our reading lesson. Our town has a history. Our town has a history. Our town has a history. Okay. Let me it's a song. So I'm gonna pass the video for the song.
And sing. Our town has a history.
Has a history.
Our town has a history. It's very old, you know. Here's a picture of our town.
Picture.
200 years ago.
200 years ago.
There weren't any buses then, and there weren't any trains.
No buses, no train.
There weren't any
motorbike, no.
And there weren't any
planes.
There were
shops and markets then. Market,
hotels too.
Hotel.
Parks and theaters. There was a lot
To do. Okay.
Listen and sing. Our town has a history.
Okay, so one more time.
Our town has a history. It's very old, you know. Here's a picture of our town 200 years ago.
Some repeat.
There weren't any buses then, and there weren't any trains. There weren't any motorbikes, and there weren't any planes.
Shop, yeah, shop. Okay.
There were shops bus and markets then, and there were hotels too. There were parks and theaters. There was a lot to do.
Okay. All right. Take your notebook.
Listen and
Okay, now for that. Okay, write your notebook. Very easy. Our town has a history. Our town has a history. That's a song, right? It's very old. Game out, okay? You know. Here's a picture of our town. Picture of town. 200 years ago. Song Roy P. Okay. Okay, when you write, you pause the video, okay? When you come back, then we read. Okay, so we're gonna read now, okay? Our town has a history. Our town has a history. Our town has a history. Story, like a story, okay? Our town has a history. Say, our town has a history. Very good. One more time. Our town has a history. Okay. It's very old. It's very old. It's very old. The town is very old. The town here is very old. Get back, okay? It's very old. You know. It's very old, you know. Like this, right? It's very old, you know. It's very old, you know. You say, it's very old, you know. It's very old, you know. Okay. Here's a picture. Here's a picture. Picture here. Here's a picture. Here's a picture of our town. 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 You say, here's a picture of our town. Here's the picture. Okay. 200 years ago. Song repeat, huh? 200 years ago. 200 years ago. Say 200 years ago. Okay, one more time. 200 years ago. One more time. 200 years ago. Okay. Okay, you're writing your work notebook, okay? Write in the notebook, and then when you finish, you pause down the video, pause it now, write, then finish, come back, okay? And then we read together. There weren't any buses then. 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 Say, there weren't any buses then. There weren't any buses then. You remember any, right? Negative, any. Remember, right? There weren't any buses then. Say, there weren't any buses then. Okay, one more time. There weren't any buses then. Okay. And there weren't any trains. 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 One more time. And there weren't any trains. One more time. And there weren't any trains. And there weren't any trains. One more time. And there weren't any trains. Very good. Say, and there weren't any trains. Again, weren't, negative. No, don't have. Any, use any, huh? There weren't any motorbikes. 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 Say, there weren't any motorbikes. There weren't any motorbikes. Okay. And there weren't any planes. 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 Again. And there weren't any planes. Say again. And there weren't any planes. Okay, you write this in your notebook. Pause the video now. And when you come back, then we're going to read together. Huh? There were shops. There were shops and markets then. There were shops. Where is the past? Past simple, huh? In the past. There were shops and markets then. There were shops and markets then. There were shops and markets then. Say, there were shops and markets then. There were shops and markets then. Okay. And there were hotels too. 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 There were, excuse me. There were parks and theaters. Let me drink a little bit. In America, we say, when I like this, there's a cat, male, came in my mouth and stay here. Cannot talk. Okay, anyway, there were parks and theaters. There were parks and theaters. Okay, let's do this one first. There were parks. 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 And theaters. 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 There were parks and 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 theaters. Okay. There were parks and theaters. There were parks and theaters. Theaters. There were a lot to do. There was a lot to do. A lot is one, okay? A lot. A lot is on one, okay? So it's not there were. There was a lot to do. Tam. Do and do. Tam. There was a lot to do. There was a lot to do. There was a lot to do. One more time. There was a lot to do. One more time. There was a lot to do. That's it. We know the song now, huh? All right. Good. All right. I think this is the lesson, the end of the lesson. Let's say, oh, no homework today. Yeah, no homework. Wow. Okay. But Monday you coming back to school, right? Monday we start homework, huh? So no homework, yeah, okay. Wear a mask, okay, and wash your hand. And we see you next time, okay? Bye bye. Okay. Technical issue. We see you next time. Bye bye.